All right. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. We are so excited to have just launched this brand new Becoming the CEO Facebook group for everybody who is inside of our 21-day trial or who is already a member. We're just so happy to be here and to be able to, take things to the next level. So, first of all, I'm Jody, for anybody who doesn't know.
And I'm Brian.
And we are the team behind the Becoming the CEO program, where we're going to really help you guys step into that CEO role, get a little cadence going so that everybody knows what they need to do when. So we're being strategic. We are not flying by the seat of our pants. We are making sure that we're doing all the things we're supposed to do at the right time. No more scrambling, no more overwhelm, no more stressing out, no more any of that stuff. We are just going to stay on track in here and get to rock and roll.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I guess, really quickly, like where do we start? Like how did we get here?
yeah,
Yeah.
let's dive into that one. So, first, before we even do that, today we are going to dive into a little bit about how we got here and all of that stuff, but then we are going to talk about how to make the most of the program. So, stick around, watch until the end, make sure you check it all out, okay? Okay, so how did we get here? I mean, we could say that it started from us actually co-working in a coffee shop years ago, probably
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago now.
Yeah, yeah.
And and over the years it has evolved into this, but it started, I think really where it started was when we started hosting the suburban co-working retreats at our house.
Yeah. And that's just in the fall, like fall 2024. A combination of us talking about the things we're really passionate about, and one for you is co-working spaces and providing, a healthy space for entrepreneurs to get together and be really productive and not feel alone in their mission. And my passion around creating spaces and retreats and those types of environments for people actually reconnect with themselves and remember their dream and remember what's important to them, which inspires the excitement around their business and where they're going next. And we just brought the two together really quickly, and then this came up as the online version of what we had created in person.
Yeah. So when we created this program, it is actually that. It's not just about come and show up and co-work one day here and one day there and disappear and that's it. It's really about this cadence that we've created where we've added certain sessions at certain times of the month to help you guys stay on track, to really be stepping into that CEO role. It's really about creating the community as well and getting to connect with other entrepreneurs. It's about, not feeling alone, right? And not sitting at home by yourself on your computer day after day after day. So getting to feel like you are part of something. It's about that. So all these different pieces are coming together. And also, one of the big things that I've really noticed from being, colleagues with Brian and now being business and life partners together is that there's such an important piece from the energetic side and from the, energy clearing and all of that stuff that is really helping people get to work. And so one of the things that you guys will notice if you haven't been on a call with us yet is that we actually use some kind of grounding exercise or energy clearing exercise before we actually get into the call. So I don't know, Brian, if you want to add anything in there.
Yeah, think of it as a place too where you might have, in business, we tend to have some good days here and there, and the rest is kind of like just flat or just consistent, whatever. But this is a place where you can actually really build momentum that you wouldn't normally be able to build if you're on your own. So part of that means not just the work that we're doing in the co-working sessions, but in the clearing calls or the conversations that are had at the personal level. We're constantly having to sometimes move, energetically, emotionally, spiritually move things, out of our way, get out of our own way so that we can do what we need to do to keep building and moving forward and moving the needle on our businesses. So These small things come up from time to time, and sometimes when we have really big goals or a really big event or something coming up, it can really cause something even deeper to surface. And I think
Yeah.
it helps to move into that uncomfortable place sometimes when there's people around you, when there's
Yeah.
support, when there's expertise, and just you just don't feel like you're alone. And there's other people relating and connecting to you, going through
Yeah.
the stuff that they're going through as well. So we want to create that kind of environment because we get it. We go through it ourselves as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, this program is really designed for coaches specifically and can also work really well for other small business owners or service providers, consultants, digital CEOs, all that kind of thing. So that, again, we can come together in a place where we can not be on our own behind our computers and be able to connect with other people. So that's really who this is primarily for. And like Brian said, we're really here to create that momentum and give you guys some kind of a cadence so that you can get things done and we can get rid of all the negative stress, overwhelm, and all of those words. We don't have to use those anymore. So, where this might take us, I mean, the number one thing is we want you guys to maximize your productivity. We want you guys to have time freedom. We want you to be able to work shorter periods of time and get way more done, right? So, no more trying to work in every nook and cranny of your day. No more working, from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. If you guys can actually come and take advantage of at least one, if not two, co-working sessions a week, 90 minutes long, really dial it in, really, take that time to get stuff done, you're not going to have to work all those extra hours, right? So that one or two 90-minute sessions is really going to help you move things forward much more quickly instead of trying to do unfocused work in all hours of your weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we discussed this too as we were going to 2025, where
Yeah.
we both wanted to help support clients produce even greater results and more consistently and building over time and maybe even building faster. Sometimes speed isn't always the main goal, but like I think we would if we had the choice to 5x our revenue
Yeah.
in 6 months versus 6 years, I think we would choose 6 months. Uh,
Absolutely. Success loves speed,
yeah,
right? Like we want to get rid of the overthinking and the wondering and the lack of clarity and all of that stuff and just take action.
yeah, and part of this holistic sort of approach that we're using, we'll find that we'll need to expand our capacity to grow with the business that we've set ourselves up into. Like our grander visions are quite big. So we have to at the same time be shifting our identity or increasing our capacity to receive and exchange inside that domain. So it's all part of the community and all part of the experience.
Absolutely. So let's talk quickly about what is actually included in the program if you guys haven't really gotten started yet, or you're unsure, you can't remember, whatever it is, right? So, a few things here. Number one, you want to read the pinned post inside the group. There are a few of them. So, you want to make sure that you can refer back to those, you've read through them, you understand what's going on, all of the links that you need to book calls, to create schedules or look at the schedule, I should say. All of that stuff is inside of the pin post. So please, please make sure that you read those. The second part is please make sure you check your emails. Okay. If you don't find the emails from us, it'll be from Brian and Jody. If you don't find those emails in your inbox, check in your junk, check in your promo folders, like check wherever you need to make sure that you see them and then get them into that main folder. Okay. Then on the schedule, you are going to see 1 to 2 co-working calls a week. That's the 90-minute co-working calls. They could be on all different days. Okay, so check the schedule for those 1 to 2 co-working calls a week. And then, Brian, you want to talk about the specialty calls?
Yeah, the specialty calls include our clearing session was once a month. I do a full hour on just unpacking the theme of the month, what's been coming up, whether it be through our one-on-ones, through group conversation, what we're experiencing in our businesses, personally, whatever. So just one big grand clearing for the group. It's recorded and posted to YouTube as well. Those recordings do work as well when you listen to playback or watch the playback.
Yeah.
15-minute laser focus calls with Jody as well.
Yeah.
And I'm also available from time to time to you can connect me through DMs. There's sometimes the exchanges I have with people with people in the group are very brief. It's just a quick, you know, you hit a moment of stuckness or confusion. It's nice to
Yeah.
just have someone to bounce something off of, but at the same time I'm doing a little bit of a reading, a
Yeah.
distance reading in the whole process just to help support you a bit more. So
Yeah.
there's a few of those things that are going on. Plus, we're always looking for new ideas and new topics to bring forward. So as we start engaging as a community together and things come up, we can bring more things into the mix.
Yeah, awesome. So we've got, like Brian said, we've got the energy clearing call, we've got the 15-minute laser focus calls. Those are to help you guys get clarity on what you're working on every single week. So if you're not sure, you have too many competing priorities, book laser focus call. We do them on Mondays and we'll help you figure out exactly what you need to do. Then you also have the monthly content planning call, which will happen at the end of the month to prepare for the next. And you have the monthly goal setting call, which will happen at the beginning of the month to help you get ready to go into that month with everything organized and ready to go. And then, as Brian was saying, we do definitely chat in the DMs with everyone, but you also have bonus one-to-one calls. So you have one with Brian and you have one with me. So make sure that you go ahead and book those. Again, the links for those are in the pinned post. Okay. So make sure that you go and check that out. And then the weekly content schedule. So this is actually really exciting. We have just decided to put together this, training schedule that we're going to do for you guys every week. So, Brian, you want to talk about that?
Yes, so just to kick off Mondays, I have the Monday sort of vibe of the week
Yeah.
where I just share a little bit of like sort of the theme that's been coming up, whether it's like spilling over from the week before, but also as we go into the week, like what is our intention? What is coming up for us? What do we want cleared out of the way so we have most success by the end of the week? So I'll riff a little bit on that, maybe 10 minutes or less, just sharing that. Again, you can watch the playback as well. Um, the midweek, Jody does a strategic call focusing on the 5 Ps, which I'll let her share on a little bit. And on Friday, we meet together on the CEO download of the week, where we just kind of like recap the week. We kind of pull together kind of some of the highlights, and then just kind of whatever comes up. Like the last call, like we had some things we wanted to discuss, but as we kind of just bounce back and forth, some other golden nuggets came up, and I think a lot of it is very relatable, and it's a great way to kind of like close the loop on the week as we get ready to go into our weekends and prepare for the following week.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, so these, by the way, guys, these are all calls that will be recorded and then we'll be posting. So you don't have to worry about showing up live to these or anything like that. They will be inside of the group for you guys to check out. So you can go and do it that way. On Wednesdays, the sort of strategy session here is based on the 5 Ps, like Brian said. So this is the planning, productivity, prioritization, personal connection, and presence. This is the part that's about being and about self-care and about all that stuff. And those are the sort of pillars that we are living by in BTC to help you guys really, really move forward and get shit done.
Yes.
So I think that's everything. I think we've gone through. So we've got the posts, we've got the emails, we've got the lives, we've got all the calls and the schedule. If you guys have any questions at all, please reach out to us, send us DM, send us an email, whatever you need from us. And of course, if you need anything more, we're happy to get on and talk strategically about what could be your next step.
Yeah, I think this is a great place to start as far as getting to know sort of like getting an orientation of kind of what the space is looks like and what it's offering.
Yeah.
Your connections with us as well will help steer your direction as far as what is the primary focus in this particular moment of time. Any of the content that we share that we have like playbacks for, um, like you can listen to it at a faster speed. You can listen to the audio. Like we basically provide that stuff, so we're always constantly in the conversation together. And we've also found that as coaches, it's really hard to know or to know that everything's getting managed with clients or members on just a single 1 hour call a week, and then
Mm,
just hoping that everything's going to go well that week. We've come to understand and realize that when we're in the mix together all the time in some way, like little touches here and there, just like how you would be at a workplace where you go to the coffee chat at the, and go on
the
breaks
water
together,
cooler.
work while your water cooler and all that stuff. Like that's basically what this is. It's an online space where we're all able to be in the conversations together constantly because we understand and know that the more you spend time around the people that are into and interested in and seeking a similar path to you, the likelihood of you following through with your stuff and not sidetracking into anything else is far greater. So that's
Yeah.
why we're here. Take full advantage of the content, what's there, ask questions, be curious, and let's celebrate becoming the CEO.
Yeah, I love that. So you guys can drop that stuff inside of the group, right? You have wins you want to share, you have something that you're struggling with, like you guys can drop that stuff in the group and we will pop in and celebrate with you or jump in and try to help you out as much as we can. So, yeah, let's become the CEO, guys. This is so exciting for us. We're so happy to see you here and to have you here and we look forward to building with you guys.
And see you in the next session.
Awesome.